Yeah, sometimes you got to go back to the beginning. To the beginning of your career, to basically maybe sometimes to just get yourself forward. And for an actor like John Boyega, who's gotten a lot of problems with Disney, especially how he was treated versus his character on Star Wars, especially by Disney and the Chinese market itself, and what they did to him, especially on the poster on there. It's good to hear that something like this is returning. Now, this is, if you're not familiar with his early part of his career, he did a movie with two other people that are have been in. One is in a sci-fi universe. The other one is in a DC universe as well, as far as TV series on there. And another one, you know his face very well. You've seen him in some great crazy comedy flicks and horror. And, you know, what we're hearing is that the director of this movie is returning to do a sequel of this great film. It is a sleeper. Didn't do well in the box office. It barely broke even. This was about, believe it or not, this is about 10 years ago this movie was out. The movie is called Attack on the Block, and it stars John Boyega, Jodie Whittaker, Alex Esmail, Franz Drama. Now, Franz Drama might sound familiar. You know Jodie and John. Franz is the actor that played Firestorm in the Flash TV series. And that's the Jefferson Jackson Firestorm, which he was a good actor. He's a good actor. And also Nick Frost. You know Nick Frost from Shaun of the Dead and many other films that he on there. And he was good. He was good in this one. He was good in Attack of the Block also. If you're not familiar with Attack of the Block, this is a sci-fi horror about a teen gang in South London defending the block from an alien invasion. And let me tell you something, the creature effects on here are different and exciting, because these things you cannot see in the dark. I mean, literally, until their teeth are showing, which their teeth almost like glow in a way, you won't see them coming in the dark. Very inventive. Action is good. It is a little gory, not too gory, but it is gory on there. A little bit of a comedic sense to it, and everyone does a good job. Even Jodie Whittaker does a good job. And I said this, I don't like her in Doctor Who. I really don't like the taste that I have for Doctor Who right now is like I consider Doctor Who dead. But Jodie did stuff prior to Doctor Who that she did very well. She did very well for this. This was a low budget film. This was I think it was 8 million. I think 6 to 8 million. No, I'm sorry. The budget was 13 million. My mistake. It's $13 million budget. It made around 8 million. That's where 6 to 8 million on there. So that's where you get the confusion. But it is a good movie. I mean, right now you could go watch it on Tubi. Tubi has it on there, and that's free. But we're going to read into this. This came out. This is via Two Sites Film and also Deadline. At long last, Attack of the Block 2 is a go. Studio Canal Film 4, Complete Fiction Pictures and Upper Room Productions are finally moving forward with Attack of the Block sequel that will bring back director Joe Cornish and star John Boyega. Cornish and Boyega have been talking about the potential for a sequel for years now, and at long last, it's becoming a reality. In the original film, 2011, Boyega played Moses, the leader of a street gang that has to deal with the aliens that have invaded a council estate in South London. It's like the projects. If you're not familiar with what they call the block, if you're not familiar with the block, it's sort of like the projects, what they call in the UK. Deadline broke the news that Attack the Block 2 is officially happening, and both Cornish and Boyega are coming back for the sequel. This has been a long time coming. But talk about the sequel has increased in recent years. Last summer, Cornish said, "We got ideas. I met with John a couple of months ago, talked about it. We have also had ideas since after the first one, but obviously we've both been busy doing different things." Yeah, we know what John's been doing. In a weird way, kind of, the longer you leave it it's the more interesting it is. So that's what I say. And this March, Cornish ad, we're working on the moment, I would say 2022. John Boyega was around at my place a few weeks ago, and we sat in the garden, social distancing, talking about the story ideas until it was so dark we couldn't even see each other. So yeah, we were working on that. Now, Studio Canal, Film 4, Complete Fiction Pictures, and Upper Room Productions have come together to make the sequel a reality. Plot details are not available at the moment, but in the first film, aliens invaded a council estate in South London on Guy Fawkes Night. Didn't realize it was Guy Fawkes Night. And the team leader fought back. It's probably a good guess that the aliens will be back for more in the sequel, but I suppose anything is possible here. Perhaps Cornish will go in a completely different direction. In any case, Cornish will write and direct the new film, and he'll always produce along with Boyega. The original Attack the Block was released in 2011 and won an audience award at both Southeast by Southwest and Los Angeles Film Festivals before going on to be a cult hit. I'm thrilled we're officially announcing the return of the world of Attack on Block on the 10th anniversary of the film's release, Cornish says. I can't wait to work alongside John again, bringing audience even a bigger slice of the inner city alien actions. Boyega added, it has been a decade since Attack of the Block was released, and so much has changed since then. I'm excited to see the heightened story of the return of the streets of London. Moses has remained one of my favorite characters, and bringing him back is a huge honor. Now, the question is, how many of these actors will be coming back? Will we see Frost? Will we see Franz, Alex? I mean, a lot of these guys that was in this movie were young at the time. This is 10 years ago. And some of them were real kids. They were little kids, especially there are two kids that were funny in this, in the movie. But now they'll be 10 years older. So would they be back to join on the same thing? Will be the whole gang back in again? Everybody? Probably not everybody. There's no word Jodie Whittaker would be back on there. Nick, possibility, he would be back on that. But the rest is, it is a big question mark. See, this is the thoughts that sometimes, this is not a reboot or anything to the nature. This is a continuation. Now, the thing about it is, you have to know, and this is what wasn't said, is the part of the plot. The reason the alien creatures came to Earth was to breed, because the kids accidentally, I guess, killed the female of that, and she was leaving out a pheromone which got attached to John Boyega. So the creatures were chasing him down, if that was the situation, or they were chasing the creature down for food. We didn't really get to that, but it looked like it was mating, more like. And the amount of the craziness. Is it a second invasion that basically there's another group that are coming in to look for their mate? It's a possibility. It's a good possibility. How many of these creatures are? Where are they from? Will the military be involved in this time? No, we can't have the military involved. It was pretty good without the military because they were using whatever they can. Fireworks and squirt guns and it was really good. Like I said, do check this out. It is on Tubi TV. And I'm happy for John. All the shit that was going on, and there's some things I disagree with John Boyega, the way he's acted and talked about things. But then again, he didn't get treated right either. The way Disney did him, the way the Chinese market treated him. I expected him to be, when I saw The Force Awakens, I was expecting that John was the star of the movie because of the way the trailer went, but not knowing that it was for Rey. We had to have Rey. Obviously, a lot of people did not like Rey, and that's understandable. But the movie was a mess. It was a mess. This was low budget. Was a little crazy. The script was a little wild, but it was honestly a lot better than The Force Awakens. And I'm glad John. If you do see this video, these are the kind of movies you need to do. These low budget, really good films. I know this one didn't make money, but you were good in it. You were the hero. You showed people, the cops were after this character in the movie on there. He was treated really badly because he was a gang. But he turned out to be the hero at the end of the story. Heroes come in weird places and straight from, straight out of places where you wouldn't believe sometimes. He stood up, led his friends to defend the block, to defend the projects against these creatures. That's a good story. That is a good story, and it's an original story. It's an original. People say, well, maybe critters. Critters is a totally different thing. These creatures were down here to procreate. Critters were there down to eat. So you've reached this part of the video. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, you can find us on Tubi TV. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, share, comment below. Tell me how you feel about it. As a programming note, just to let you know, if you didn't hear it on the other video, Saturday Pre-Flight will not air this week at 10 p.m. That is a holiday weekend. So once again, thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye now.
And I've always sought an end to toil and misery. If it can't be given, it has to be achieved. There is hope. But it has to come from inside.
Wow.
From man himself.
Cool. James Arness. We'll be back in Sweet Facts.
No, Peter Graves.
Ha ha ha.